Okay, so this is Dr. Rust here, and I found a willing student to talk to us about what she did to get into medical school. So tell me, so why did you want to be a doctor?
I've just always been interested in the sciences and medicine and talking with people and getting to know people and helping them out. So it was kind of a thing I've known since I was kind of young. And
So you've known for a while?
Yes.
Okay.
Those kids that always saw myself going into medicine of some sort, and then it ended up in medical school. So
Perfect. So tell me about what was your major in college?
in college, I was a biochem major.
So you're a biochem major, very good. How about, and do you remember your GPA? Or how well you did in school?
It was good. I don't know what it was.
Okay, well, that's okay. And what about your MCAT? I mean, it was a while ago, so let's tell them you're a fourth-year medical student, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was high 20s. I don't.
High 20s, like 28, 29, something like that. Something like that. So that's good, right? I mean, so what was the mean at your school? Do you remember what the mean MCAT score was?
I have no idea.
You have no idea, right? You don't know, right? So, and did you know do you think you knew at the time what the mean MCAT score was? I mean, did you enough research that you said, well, what mean MCAT score do I need?
Yes, at the time.
At the time you realized, you said,
I knew I was in the.
You were somewhere.
I was okay.
You were okay. Okay. And as far as your GPA goes, you knew you were okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. So what about, and I was asking the other medical student also, what if you ever had to retake a test, or the MCAT, or if you had to retake any classes?
No.
Didn't have to do that, right?
No.
Okay.
I went straight through, straight to college, straight through college, straight to med school. I didn't take any time off. So.
Well, what was it that you think that got you accepted to medical school? Was there one thing that you think that happened for you?
Good grades the whole way through, and then I did some research, and I think that always kind of helped. For like a summer internship, thing like that, and
Summer internship?
let's see, any types of clinical experiences help. I worked in like an assisted living home. And
Okay. So would you feel like you knew what you were getting yourself into? Did you have a person in your family that was a doctor?
No doctors in my family. I have a couple nurses and
Mm-hmm.
chiropractors, but
Mm-hmm.
no doctors. But it is different than I expected it to be, but
Mm-hmm.
I still enjoy it. So.
Okay, it's different than you expected it to be. Okay, and do you feel like, was there any point in time when you thought like you wanted to quit?
Momentarily.
Momentarily. So every now and then, right? I mean, because it gets tough, right? It gets tough.
Yes.
It's difficult.
Right before the big exam, things like that, when
You're ping-ponging back and forth between subjects, and all of a sudden...
Yes, and studying like crazy hours and things like that.
Mhm.
Definitely had some moments where you're rethinking why you ever wanted to do this, but now I'm doing clinical stuff. It's a lot better, and I really am enjoying it also.
Well, now you said you did research before. Did that come up during the interview? That you did research, or was that something that it did?
I think so. I think I explained my projects and things like that. But
Do you remember your interview going well or going poorly, or?
some better than others. Most of them are pretty laid back.
So how many interviews did you do then? How many schools did you apply to?
Maybe like 7.
Maybe 7. And you did 7 schools, and how many interviews did you get?
I think I got all of them.
Got 7 interviews. And so each interview, some interviews went better than others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Depending on the place. I ended up at a DO school in Iowa, and I saw a huge difference between some of the MD schools I interviewed at compared to the DO school. So.
In what way? Because this is news to me too. This is news to me too.
At the couple MD schools I interviewed at, I felt like I don't know how to explain it. I guess.
Well, that's okay. If you don't, you feel that.
It was just different.
A different impression.
Why should we take you versus at the some of my DO school interviews, they were more friendly, like getting to know me.
Getting to know you. Okay.
Like, would I be a good physician versus are my numbers good enough?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I don't know.
And you would think that would be taken care of up front, right? I mean, your numbers look good up front.
Right.
That's why you got the interview.
Right. I don't know.
But that's the impression you got. It was like, sell yourself to me kind of thing,
Yes.
right?
Like,
And they were like,
why are you good enough to come here? I was like, oh.
Right. Okay, well,
So I didn't really dig that vibe, and so I wasn't really.
okay. Well, what about now, as far as, did you have a story to tell during your interview? I mean, do you have an interesting history? I mean, are you a children's novelist? Did you climb to the top of Mount Rushmore?
Not really.
You
I'm
find
kind of
the-
one of the standard people that was assigned to work the whole way through and had good grades, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You don't know, you can't really pinpoint why it was individually that your interview went well or not well, just that some people, the interview themselves, were more nicer people.
Yes, and depending on how they approached it, and obviously as the time went on,
Mm-hmm.
they got easier because I got better at it and got used to answering questions and things like that. So practice was huge probably too, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, what about, is there anything you would tell a young, impressionable freshman college student that says they want to go off to medical school, they want to jump into this big adventure?
Good luck.
Good luck? Yeah. Say you're going to get exactly what you deserve, maybe?
No, I guess make sure to get as much clinical experience as you can so you know what you're getting into, because I know some people ended up not being happy with their choice and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
just make sure you know what you're getting into, explore options,
Mm-hmm.
of other medical fields, even things like that, because it's a huge commitment. It's a huge commitment, so.
And they're making a huge commitment on you as well, right? I mean, because these people like,
Yes,
if
yeah.
you're
They're
a doctor.
expecting
Do they
you to go the whole way
anticipate?
through.
Yeah, they anticipate. They're spending this money on you. They want you. And do they anticipate? Have you ever had this conversation with the people at your school that they would like for you to practice medicine there in their state or there in their? Oh yeah. So that's what.
Yeah.
So now, have you signed any commitments to do that? No. So they haven't forced you, or you're not living.
Some schools do. I know that.
Mhm.
Some places I ended up not applying to because there was a commitment to practice in that state
Mhm.
for a certain period of time after you
Certain period of
graduated.
time.
And that was medical school. It wasn't like, I could see that more coming out of residency maybe, but
Mhm.
this was medical school itself,
Medical,
and I
right
was
up.
not ready to commit to that.
That's a big commitment. So,
Yeah.
and did they have to commit to like family practice or
No, I don't think specialty-wise, but I
Mm.
remember one was like 5 years.
a 5 year?
Five-year commitment once you're done with training to come back and practice in that state. And I was like, so I didn't even
Yeah, that's
interview there. I think I
that's pretty big.
applied and then I found that out and I didn't interview there because I didn't want to do that.
Mhm. Okay. How about now? How was this interview? How about that? Because I don't think your blood pressure, we didn't hook you up to that, but your heart rate stayed pretty normal. I don't know if you can see that or not. She's fully oxygenating and she's doing okay. No worries, no problems. Okay.
That's my patients out there.
You what?
Not besides my patients out there.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So, why don't we call that? Is there anything else you wanted to say? Anything I didn't ask about? Anything you'd like to share?
No.
Okay.